everyone.
Hello.
Welcome once again, Friday afternoon.
It is.
Episode number 26.
26. They're counting down.
Absolutely. 14 days to Christmas. Not very much to go.
No.
It's come out really, really quick since the reopening. It's been game on. So, got a few people online already. So, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us. Let's give it a few seconds. Let's see what everyone has been up to this week.
Got plenty to talk about, haven't we?
We had a super busy week. Lots of new products.
Yep.
Lots of things happening, and start planning for next year.
That's right.
So the Velodrome is coming up.
It is.
So let's see who is ready for the Velodrome. Phil, welcome. And so let us know what your plans are for the Velodrome. So should be coming up in sometime in January or February. Is that correct?
That's right. So the date hasn't been finalised as yet, but I think the boys will work on that, and then everyone else is working on their little machines to run on the Velodrome.
Or big machines.
Or big machines, yeah. Big machines tend to work better actually on the Velodrome. Easier to see too. So we'll see who can go the fastest, and who has the biggest smash, and who makes the most spits after the smash. So that's always funny.
Are you going to take one of your cars?
I will.
Apparently I'm preparing a GT, so I don't know whether my GT will end up in the Velodrome, but the GT class for 1.8 on-road racing is definitely picking up in Victoria. So there's quite a few out there preparing a big 1.8 GT electric.
Yep.
That will be really good fun. It's going to
sure.
run on 4S, so plenty of speed.
Yep.
But really good, good kit. We use the Hot Bodies 1.8 electric kit, which you can convert from a buggy to a GT.
Yep.
With a
But
very
it really
few
makes
parts.
sense because it's a big chassis.
Yes.
And they're very forgiving.
Yes.
Tough. Got the speed. It's got everything going for it.
Absolutely.
It's exciting.
And they look quite realistic on the track as well. Look at this big body, and they roll a little bit, so be quite good fun. So let's see, Tony's online. Hello, Tony.
G'day, Tony.
Very good. So what else we've got happening? We have the giveaway. So let's quickly talk about this one.
Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people know about this.
Probably not, but Kilo Park, the Kilo RC Club.
Yes.
It's in Kilo Park, obviously, and it's a 1/10 electric off-road racing club. So if you have this type of cars, you can take them at the track and race them and play there, which is excellent fun.
Yep.
There's full facility dedicated to this kind of activity.
Really good track.
Absolutely. And they recently reopened. It was about probably just under 3 weeks ago. So we start having practice days, and eventually in the new year we're going to have racing again.
Yep.
And to kick off the season, the club is organizing a giveaway together with us. And next week there'll be the giveaway of this car. So you need to, it's actually not a giveaway, it's a raffle. It's a raffle.
Yep.
So you need to be a member of the Kilo Club, and then you can purchase a ticket, and then the club will do the giveaway, the raffle, and we'll be doing that live next Friday at 2 p.m.
Yep,
So
exciting.
Someone for, I think, $25 or $30 could take one of these home.
That's really good value.
So join us live next Friday to see if you had a chance of taking one of those home.
Yeah.
But otherwise, jump on even on YouTube and have a look at 1/10 buggy racing, which is this stuff here. It's really good fun.
Yeah. If you want to get involved in the raffle, I've already put up some details on Facebook. So just look back on a few of the older posts just from a couple of days ago, and it's got the details there.
Absolutely. So very good. So that's for 1/10 racing. So I'm very much looking forward to a few days off after Christmas to go and play back with my buggy here. So hopefully it's all ready to go by then.
Yes.
What else we have here?
We've got this one here.
This one here. So let's see if anyone can start guessing that red car at the front there. Let's see who's the first to guess. Obviously the color is easy this time.
Yes.
I don't think we can argue on the color, even though I'm pretty sure there's a specific red.
Yeah, it'd be a special color name, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
But yes, so the brand of car, the model of car, and the color if you can.
Absolutely. So let us know in the comments.
Yep.
And then what do we have? We have finally the TRX-6, which we presented last week, is really ready to go.
Yep, the
Let's pick
exclusive.
it up. So here we go, fully ready to go. So this is actually live on our website now, and it's for sale. So we'll come very much ready to run with battery and radio.
Yep.
It does have lights as well. Let's see if we can quickly connect the lights actually. Let's just plug in the battery, because with lights is really a lot nicer. Let me turn it this way.
So you put a bit of love into this, haven't you?
I spent, here we go. The lights were connected, and they're not connected anymore. Let's see, one of these must be the lights. Can you hold this one?
I can do.
Let's see if this one works straight away because I unplugged it.
Over here.
There we go.
Oh, look at that.
Probably hard to see on the camera. Got too many lights, but you got indicators, headlights, and the lights on top here. So you can see that.
And then let's see if I spin around, and then you've got
tail lights as well. So it's brilliant looking truck. There's too many lights pointing to us to see really well, but in the dark it looks phenomenal.
Yep.
So that's the Traxxas TRX-6, and we converted to brushless.
Yep.
We put a really good servo, it's about 40 kg, IP67. So this is one of the first servo that we actually had that is truly waterproof.
Yep.
Most of the other servo you find as waterproof, they are water resistant.
Yep.
Which is very different. So they may take a little bit of water, but then eventually they give up. This is IP67, which I think is about a meter of water or something like that. So
fully submerged.
Fully submergible. The brushless system installed is the Hobby Wing Fusion, all in one, 2-in-1. So the motor and the speed controller are in the same can here.
Yep, makes it really neat.
Absolutely. And what else did we upgrade? We put different wheels, as you can see, alloy wheels.
Has this got the widening kit on it?
And in the rear we put a widening kit to make it really, really aggressive.
Yep.
So let's turn this off. We can put the body back on. We're gonna sell this one with a 3S battery, which is gonna make it really powerful. But as you see,
you see how it's hanging out of the...
How wide is at the back?
Yep. Out of the
and
fenders.
we put it just at the back because I guess make it a bit more interesting. And the front is standard. You see. Then we put the protection plates on the bottom. You see here. Front and on the base of the chassis.
Yep.
And what else do we have?
You got the pitbull tires.
Pitbull tires. So tires are 1.9, but we put a 2.2 rim, so they look a bit more low profile, a bit more puffy.
Yep.
What else? We got the tray, the alloy tray at the back here.
Oh, yep. So you got areas for doing your tie downs.
Absolutely. And I'm sure there's something else which you are forgetting in the moment, but it's fully hop-up. Really nice car. That was meant to be mine, but I think I don't need one. So
Yeah.
I convinced myself that this is going to be one of our first limited editions, which is something we are going to experiment a bit more in the next year as well.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
So limited editions, we put a few components that we believe they need to be upgraded, and put it for sale. So let us know what you think of this one. This was definitely a good exercise. That's a big truck.
Looks really good.
Good fun. So very good. Let's put this aside.
Yep. So if you're interested in the truck, we're going to have the links going up shortly.
Yes.
So if you really want it, be quick because there's only the one.
Okay. So let me see if we've got any comments. Oh dear. I think we have the car already.
Oh really? Oh yeah.
That was too easy, wasn't it, Tony? We saved this on an easy. It's an easy one. So Tony's guessing that this is a Ferrari 812.
I think that's pretty right.
That's
yes.
pretty correct.
Yep.
Yeah, well done. What else can we say about this?
Okay.
It's a specific model of it. I'm not actually sure if they've done different version of it, but it's got a specific name.
It has.
That goes
It's
with
an
it.
812 something.
Something.
So let's try that. 812.
Let's see if we can add something to it.
Yep.
Meanwhile, what else we've got here? Racing Red. It probably is the Racing Red, yes. Ferrari something or other. Here we go. Let's see, Tony. Let's see if we can pull this one out. I think we should talk about trains today.
Why not?
We have
got
received
a lot
of train sets and train products.
Mhm.
And last week someone asked to do a quick unboxing of the Harry Potter train.
They did.
So let's start with that one.
Alright, so there's the Hornby Harry Potter Hogwarts Express. So they're a full box kit ready to run. So I just opened it up from this side and we'll have a look at what's included. Alright, so...
To help, it was Keaton that asked
Yes.
last week from Canada.
Ah, okay.
There you go.
Alright, so we've got the box here. See how it's all arranged inside the packaging. So it comes from Europe, it's got all its eco-friendly packaging.
Absolutely.
Now you've got all this paper, let me see if I can just open it up a bit here.
Let's see if we can
Get
turn
easier.
this on.
Let's try. Okay, so it comes with the Hogwarts Express locomotive with the tender. So we're going to open that up, I think, and have a closer look at that.
I think so. I think probably the most exciting part is obviously the locomotive.
Yeah, for sure. It's very recognisable.
So, there we go. Let me pop this up here. Okay, so I'm going to switch this view right here. There we go. And that is your locomotive. Let me pick it up.
Yep.
There we go. Nice tender.
It's a very interesting colour, isn't it?
It is. It's actually it's a Bordeaux, but a bit lighter. It's almost a. Don't know if this color, what name would you give to this color, but it's brighter than other.
Rusty nail.
Yeah, rusty nail. Good one. There you go. So it's a really good set, and let's show the
Here's one carriage.
carriages. So there's 2 carriages in this set, and here we go. So it's a brilliant beginner set actually. It's a good level of detail, nothing too crazy because obviously it's a bit of a entry level set, but there's quite nice level of detail. You can see all the seats and everything, all the details inside.
So carriages are quite long, so we have 2 of them. It gives
gonna
it a
be-
really decent length.
Absolutely. So
And of course, you can always extend these, put extra carriages on.
absolutely. So as you see, you got your locomotive here.
Yep.
Go.
And then you've got your controller. This is one of the newer style Hornby controllers. This is a little dial.
Here you go. So
Yep. And your the control for the direction.
So if you're not familiar with this, you've got 2 main controls. Obviously, the dial is for the speed, so this is 0, stopped, and then as you go up, you increase to maximum speed, and then you can adjust it, and then you got the direction, so it can be backwards or forward, obviously, so you can change the direction on which the train is driving.
Yep.
So it's very straightforward. You plug it into the wall with the plug your transformer
Yep. So you get a
from
little plug pack here.
the controller into the wall.
Yep. So
And here we go, and within a few minutes you're
Just plugs
up and
in.
running.
Yep.
And actually, this one is plugged into the track, so small plug here.
Yep. And
Gets
then there's
plugged
the
into this one. Let's see, let's grab that
so
one.
there's a
There we go. So we can show it this way.
Yep.
There we go.
That's all
So
rubber
it's
band
very
together.
easy. It's a rubber band, but this little pickup here, you can just simply click it in like this, and off you go. So it's very plug and play, very straightforward actually.
And that's it.
It's very nice that Hornby is producing these sets which are really user friendly, so there's no need to do any soldering or any
No, that's right.
particular things, and
Yes.
in a few steps you can be up and running.
Yep. So it's very easy to assemble and then also disassemble.
Absolutely.
Then
That's
over
also
here
a
we've got
rear railer,
The rear railer, which
is-
comes with all their sets.
which is very
So-
helpful. It didn't used to come till a couple of years back, and most of the new sets have the rear railer, which is really useful.
So that's a rear railer. So if you haven't seen one before. So this section here just
Slots.
is a tongue and just goes into the center of the track.
So like this,
like
very
so.
much.
And then you pop your locomotive on here, and then it just slides straight onto the tracks, fully aligned. So particularly these sort of long type of locomotives, you can put them on manually by hand, but it's a lot of fiddling
Yeah,
around.
Absolutely.
And this just slides straight on. So rear railer, really handy. And then there's a whole variety of curves and straights. So, like so. And then as you put it all together, it will give you a oval shaped.
With a point, I think there's a point as
Oh, there
well.
is a
This
point.
is,
There's a point here.
Is there a point?
Yes.
Yes, there is a point.
Is that a point?
Let me have a
Maybe
look.
not.
I think this is. Let me have a look. What is saying here? Yeah, this is a point.
Yep,
So
okay.
there is a point. So this is like set. This is the basic set plus pack A, which gives you an oval plus the point. And as you know, the Hornby system, you can upgrade it. If you look at the back of the box, they give you 5 or 6 different packs, which you can grow your set by extending step by step,
Yep.
which makes it really helpful to learn all the different ways to get your layout
Yeah.
in place.
The track packs are the easiest way to expand upon a set. But of course, you can always get the individual bits and just do whatever you like.
Absolutely, yes.
You guys have a question for the track actually.
Sure.
Tony's asking how much track does the train come with?
So the overall
I think
layout
it's a
size.
1.3. The layout, it's going to take about 1.2 by 1.3 from memory. Is a standard.
Okay.
Here we go. 1. 1.6.
1.5 by
1.1. Yeah. So it's going to cover that that floor plan.
Yep, so that's pretty fair. I mean, it's almost covering the width of our table here, and a bit further along. So
Yes.
that's a big layout.
That's a big layout. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then let's see. So Keen is suggesting this is actually looking better than the BACHMAN of a few years back. Obviously, in the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, the manufacturing of locomotives have improved dramatically,
Yep.
and the costs have reduced as well.
Yes.
So definitely there is an improvement. What else? Warwick is asking if it does come with a magic wand.
Magic wand?
Absolutely, it does.
I haven't found it. I think
If you
it's
haven't found it, you
invisible.
need to search better. It's an invisible magic wand.
Yeah, it could
I think
be.
it is.
Yep.
And I think you might have another guess.
So yeah, so
Oh.
I think the car has been guessed correctly. So it's a Ferrari 812 super fast, which it is indeed.
Well, they guessed it super fast, didn't
You
they?
get it super fast, absolutely. So we're gonna show it properly later. Let's put this away for a second. Okay, so Tony, are you going to get a train set? Let's see if Tony's gonna get a train set.
Tony's getting into trains.
Sounds like it's getting measurements. Okay, put this away carefully. So they're really well packaged as well. So as you transport them, they don't get damaged. So all slots in perfectly.
Yep.
Pop that one in there.
Yes. There we go.
Also, Kenan said thank you for unboxing that. It
You're
helps.
welcome.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you.
Here we go.
Alrighty. So
different
let's
Tony?
see.
Oh, sorry. The different Tony is asking for different questions, obviously.
We've got more questions?
No, I think we all cleared them all up.
Okay.
Now, moving forward to different train sets, we
Yes.
have an exciting news that we also now have BACHMAN train sets, which have been missing from the Australian market for several years now.
Yes, for a long time.
And we have today's selection actually here. So once you finish with that, I'll bring
Yep.
them all up here.
There we go.
So this one here.
Alright, so we've got 3 sets there.
So we have, I think,
Oh,
5 or 6 different ones in this week. BACHMAN produces train set which are fully ready to go with controller and everything, but they also have train packs which do not include the controller. So I think we have a couple of train sets here which are ready to go, and obviously these two are 00, and this one is actually N scale, which is an excellent news because BACHMAN is pretty much the only manufacturer with Kaito doing N scale sets.
yes.
This is really good news. So, which one should we have a look at? Then this one, should we look at the flyer?
Senate flyer? Alright, let's try
That's-
the...
Pack that one
Senate
aside
flyer.
and put this one down here for a
Okay, so
second.
this is a full set with controller.
So as you see, it packaged really well. Now the main difference with the BACHMAN sets is that they put in the full quality locomotive and rolling stocks. But at the Hornby they tend to put a more of a entry level, which is normally the railroad, or a bit more of a simplified version.
Yes.
The BACHMAN gives you the full spec locomotive.
I guess this is much more for the enthusiast
Yes.
to work from, whereas the Hornby ones are more for a very
Entry level.
beginner. Yeah.
Yeah, entry level for the
Yeah.
for the younger ones as well. So let's have a look at the controller. The controller is always very important, and this one actually feels really, really good.
It's very solid looking.
It's definitely a good, solid looking controller.
Yep.
Works in the same principle. You got your main switch here. It's got a good spring, so it feels really nice, as you see. And then you got your change of direction, which is quite smooth as well. Otherwise, very straightforward type controller.
Yep.
Works in the same principle. You got your transformer here that connects onto the track and onto the controller here.
So that's the terminal that plugs into the side of the
yeah,
track
so
to
actually
get the
let's
power.
see if you can show this one. Okay, so BACHMAN uses a different type system. So that's the connection from the controller to the track. So they use this little connector to connect onto. Oops. onto the track here. Run out of space here. There we go. Let me see if I lost this one.
Yeah, so it's very neatly packed. So all the track is on the bottom of the set. It's all tied up together so it doesn't move around. And then you've got this little terminal.
So this terminal is all tied up here, but it's similar to the Hornby. Hornby does a similar type of system and it's locked in underneath like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then gives power to the track, so that you can see the contacts here.
Yep.
And off you go, you've got your power. So different system, but it's quite nice as well. And that's how it plugs in here. So
Yep. Plug makes it easy.
very much so. So as BJ is suggesting, it comes with the truck. That's only a novel, I think, in this set. That's a entry level set, so just a novel. But
Yep.
again, they have a similar idea that you can buy the additional parts and expand it. You can buy any type of truck, Pico truck,
Yep.
traditional 00 HR truck. It's
Yep.
perfectly fine for this application as well. You should have a look at the locomotive, because I think in the rolling stock, I'm sure they look really nice.
So you can see already the loco with all the
Should we leave
The
it in
valve
there and
here.
just
pick it up.
I think so. Can go on the side
side.
here. Shouldn't come out. So can go on the side here. Think you should this way.
Yeah, so you can see the valve gear already. It's very complicated. That all is fully operating, and all of the rails on the side of the tank and such.
Yeah, this
It's all very fine.
all very fine, all
Yeah.
very well detailed. So quite nice, and same goes for the rolling stock. Is actually really well detailed. Really bright green.
Mm.
There we go. So that's the passenger set.
Yes.
She's always very welcome, similar to
So
the
that-
traditional Flying Scotsman
Yes.
and other sets that we are all familiar with.
So that's a Thanet flyer.
Got a few extra bits of paper there. We'll
Yep.
pack them back in a second.
Sure. Okay, so that's that one there, and then I guess we'll move on to this one, the military maneuvers.
Yeah, so let's be more of an industrial type set. It's quite nice. So same type of controller, but this time they have a bit more of a type of a shunting type engine.
Yep, short diesel.
This is short diesel. Yeah, let's pop on the side here. Okay, so here we go. It's a nice short diesel. It's got 3 pieces of rolling stock. There is a tanker and a bit of more of a
Yep.
kind of box wagon.
What's
And
this caboosey looking thing?
yeah, I'm not really sure how you call this in the. Let's see if someone can actually suggest the name of how you call this type of rolling stock. Piece of rolling stock, but otherwise it's a really nice and neat little set.
Brake wagon,
Yeah,
maybe. So you notice that the rest of the gear inside is the same as the earlier one we looked at.
absolutely.
So you've got the controller, and then the power supply that plugs into the wall. You've got the connector track, and then also the plug that hooks that all together. So very easy plug and play. And again, all the track will be underneath this top section.
as usual.
And that's this one's got a point.
Does it?
Yeah.
Actually, it does. Yes. So this got. Let's turn this around. Actually,
To help you guys also, Keenan said it's a brake, what do you call it, brake van.
It is a
brake
brake
van.
van.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, good one. So actually, let's jump on the side here. There we go. Let's see if anyone can see this. Probably too much light, too much reflection. Sorry, one. So anyway, so this one is gonna cover about 1 meter by 1.3.
Yep.
And it does have a point.
Yep.
And as the Hornby type system, they've got different layout that you can build as you add different sets. So set C is included,
Yep.
and then you got D and E to make a double loop with a
Yep.
big point, going to a yard or something,
Mm.
or a station as well. So
Yeah.
quite a lot of flexibility that you can achieve with these sets. So really, really nice set. So there's a couple of sets here.
Yeah, we had a question from Jason for you guys regarding most of these BACHMAN.
Yep.
Is can you add more track to it? And he was wondering if there's a price.
Yeah, absolutely you can. So the price on this one is about $350, and you can add track. Absolutely, you can just expand it. So the Pico track Code 100
Yep.
is what fits in here. So traditional track, Hornby or Pico or Obviously, BACHMAN truck will be.
So obviously
suitable.
the easiest way to expand is to use FlexiTrack, which
Yes.
is in 1 meter lengths. So you can just imagine you just put all the long lengths in between, it
Yep.
will just blow out. And then also because it's flexi, you have this versatility of making it into interesting types
Absolutely.
of shapes.
So, Flexi truck is really good fun. You can make some really realistic type
Yeah.
truck, really.
Yeah, going around mountains and
Yeah.
such, different passes.
Because in real life, the truck is not really straight. If you look at when you're in the train, they always, curve a little
yeah,
bit.
that's right. They're always a little bit off. Yeah, so FlexiTrack is the best way to do it for large spanses. It's not
Absolutely.
particularly expensive. It's just over
Yeah.
$10.
And then you can cut it to the right size and be very flexible. So,
Yes.
Kenny suggesting using Atlas truck. Yes, Atlas truck is also a good option. We don't see much of that one around here, but that's also a good option. Absolutely. So that's a really good set.
Okay, military maneuvers. I'm looking forward to seeing the end scale.
Absolutely. So the end scale, I think, is or at least is for me one of the most exciting one actually. Let's say first of all, we don't come across end scale sets very often. Until recently, that we start stocking a little bit of the Kato.
Yes.
This is a really welcome set, but this is also DCC end sound, which is even more interesting. So they've got DCC controller, and the locomotive is sound equipped.
That's definitely a big plus because some of these are really difficult to fit all that in there.
Absolutely.
So if it comes factory fitted, it's ready to go DCC and also DCC. Is this DCC controller?
There is a DCC controller,
Right.
so so that makes it extremely good value, because this is going to be $650, and as you can see, it comes with a DCC controller.
Oh well.
Now the BACHMAN DCC system is actually a good little system. So that's a nice controller that is included here, as you see. And what is DCC actually? For those that don't know, let's give a
Well,
quick
DCC.
rundown.
Okay. Well, DCC is a digital controlling system, so that it allows you to control various trains on the one track, because each train is separately ID'd with a different chip within inside. It also allows you to control the sound effects.
Yes.
Yep. And
But-
then it has your standard controls as well, so for speed and direction.
Yeah. So generally speaking, each locomotive that you have will have a number.
Yes.
So you press say number 1, then you control number 1.
Yep.
And then you press number 2, and then you can control locomotive number 2, and so forth. Obviously, you need a decent sized layout to be able to have multiple locomotives running at the same time. Otherwise, you risk to crash them.
Yes.
But there is a huge flexibility in controlling them, and obviously you got all the different functions for the horn and so forth.
Yep.
Very nice addition to the set. And then let's see if we can open this one. This is
So you see
really
the
well
N scale
packaged.
is so much more compact than 00. So it allows you to have a more interesting layout within a smaller space.
Absolutely. So let's carefully open this one. This is extremely well packaged. So let me jump on this one. There we go. I think this is no longer happening. That's it. It's given up. Anyway, so that's a little locomotive here. Let's open this up so you can see the difference in scale compared to what we just looked at a moment ago.
So roughly it's almost half the
Half.
size. It's a little bit off, but almost half the size. So you see how much more compact it is. I mean, this is a large loco as well.
Yeah.
So it's a long loco with a long
Tender.
tender. It comes with a couple of carriages as well. And by the time you lay it out, so the overall layout of this one is 55 centimeters by 72. So it's going to be really compact.
Yes.
So, you know, talk about it like this, to like this.
It's pretty much half of the layout of the 00 scale that we just looked a moment ago.
Yeah.
So half the space, same amount of fun.
Yes.
So, and it comes with 2 pieces of rolling stock as well.
Yeah.
So very well presented again, like Tony was suggesting before. Definitely BACHMAN is pulling out a very nice product here.
Well,
And
being fully digital, I mean, this is a real plus, isn't it? You
absolutely.
can get a really premium set to begin with, and then it's easy to expand upon.
And once again, the quality of the locomotive is the standard quality. So
Yes.
they're not saving anything on the locomotives, which
Yep.
is again a plus.
Yep.
As you continue modeling, you're not gonna have to upgrade locomotives or whatsoever really.
Yes.
Because the quality is there. So let's park these again.
Yep. And then, like the previous one, you've got the power supply that plugs into the wall, and then there's a simple plug-in system as well to get the power onto the track. So you've got all these leads with a little clip-style system just underneath.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's good to see these.
Very much so, yeah. And then we'll probably present them next week. They go with some big train packs representing some. This one is missing. Representing some historical trains where they come with a locomotive and 5, 6, 7 carriages.
Okay.
So very, very nice big sets that we now have in store, actually. Very good.
Good stuff.
Got a question here. No. Let me see if we're all covered. So, what else do we have? Well, moving from train sets to slot car sets.
Slot
Still
cars.
Sets from trains to cars.
Well, they're similar in some respect, aren't they?
Absolutely. So, if anyone
Might
can
not
see
be
up
able to
here,
see up here, yes.
there's a couple of big releases. So, let's start with this one. That's really heavy, actually.
It is. Okay, so we've got the Bathurst Legends set back in the stock. Very popular set. So
This has been an updated version for 2020. I think we had the same version for the 2 previous years. So every couple of years they tend to refresh the cars mostly.
Yes.
Different liveries or just a slight update.
Yep.
And it's just arrived today, a few weeks late than expected.
that's right, it's
but
before
that's really
Christmas.
positive because it's just before Christmas. So all the pre-orders have been shipped out already.
Yep.
So everyone should receive them
Yep.
for Christmas. It'll be very much a good Christmas gift.
It's a very classic Australian set.
Yes.
Represents the Bathurst track.
Yes.
That's run every year. And then it's got the classic, so you've got Peter Brock's Tirana there. And then there's a Cobra XB Falcon of, I don't know whose. Who's that? I'm sure someone will tell me whose it is.
Wonder if Tony will know.
Is that a Moffat car? I don't know, could be. But yeah, so quite a large layout. It's interesting, where am I going? Over here. So you got this pretzel shaped track. So you got an under and over right here. A couple of hairpins.
Very nice.
Yep.
And once again, similar concept to the train set, you can expand it.
Yes.
So you can buy additional track. There's some sets that Scalextric does.
Yep.
Expansion packs,
Yep.
and you can expand it to all kind of different shapes. Let's see if you can turn it around. Actually, you may be able to see.
Oh yeah, different layouts.
There we go. So with different packs that you buy, you can achieve different layouts, and then you can go as big as you want.
That's it. Like really massive. Like cover your whole garage.
Absolutely. There's quite a few examples. If you go through our Instagram, we've been resharing some really exciting layouts in recent days. Good fun.
Yep.
So, brilliant set. So, this is analog,
Yes.
very traditional, but there is also a new digital set that just arrived.
That's right. So we've got the Arc Pro, which we've just got on top here. Now this is a very clever set. Let's see if I can bring it down. This one's really heavy.
Super heavy, super big and super heavy. So
it comes with 4 cars. Now the digital system, I guess, is similar concept to the train digital system. It allows multiple cars on the tracks, and it also allows them to change lanes.
that's very interesting. And overtake and do all these kind of actions to make the racing really good fun.
Yes.
You can run multiple cars, as you say.
Yes.
Which is different to what we are used to for slot cars, because normally there was 1 car per lane. So in the past we used to have 4, 5, 6 lane track.
Yes.
Quite interesting.
Yep.
But now with 2 lanes you can have multiple cars. I think it's up to 6 or 8 perhaps on this one.
Yeah, I think you can run 8 cars with this one.
8 cars, yeah.
And I think this one also does the Phantom car. So
does the
that if you wanted to race by yourself, you'll have another car being computer controlled going around the track.
Yes.
So it also works with an app that connects up, so you can set up race times, lap times and such.
Yes. And you can connect your iPad and
Yes.
controller. You have all the race control done on the iPad.
That's right.
Or-
So I don't know if you can see, but sort of down here you can see there's a pit lane area. So part of the racing strategy would be how many times you have to pit. So you have to force your car into there to make sure you count down
Absolutely.
correctly.
So you can set up all these parameters, so tire wear and refueling. So
Yes.
every, say, 5 or 6 laps, you must go through the pit lane, and you're gonna have to wait for 3, 4, 5 seconds.
Yep.
And then you have tire change, and then you start fueling up, and once you're ready to go, off you go. So it's very realistic. I've been playing with the SCX system,
Yes.
which is very similar.
Yep.
And it's actually good fun having to
No, it's
stop. And you actually need to be pretty good at pressing the button at the right time to be able to go into the pit lane.
Yep. Takes a bit of skill.
Absolutely does.
Yeah.
So, and this is for Scalextric, but we also received quite a few cars.
We did. A lot of
So-
different kinds of cars.
Absolutely. So let's jump here. Put this
Yeah.
up here. I'm trying to see if I can get this camera working again.
So,
Sorry, guys.
just bring out some of the cars over here. So we've got some of them.
All right. So there's I think 6 or 8 new cars today.
A bit of reflection. Let's just change to that.
Right, we're in business.
Okay. Alright, so we've got 6 cars here. Now, what we've got here? So, I've got this one here, which is quite iconic for Australian racing. So, actually, am I mistaken?
Ford
No,
Sierra.
Ford Sierra. Yeah. Ford
Yeah.
Sierra's made quite a big change in Australian racing.
Right.
Being full drive, turbocharged. So, they sort of gave all the larger Australian cars a run for their money. And
Right.
because they were smaller and they were four-wheel drive, they had more grip.
Yeah.
And then they had greater pace around corners because of that extra grip.
Absolutely.
And they were also smaller, so more nimble.
So a really nice, nice model. Let's see if we can quickly jump on the side here.
Yep.
So you can see, as usual, as someone is suggesting, was it Globe Tripper is suggesting that these are virtually collectible, really. There's a driver inside as well, and you can see the level of detail, even the wing. They're becoming far more advanced. And,
They've done very well with the Camel sponsorship too, because it doesn't actually say Camel
yes,
and doesn't actually have the Camel logo on it, but it's close enough to look like
it
the
is.
Camel car.
Yeah.
Because obviously the tobacco sponsorship is an issue.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So there's a number on top, so that makes it really good. There you go. So what have we got there then?
All right, so next
A couple
up.
more Australian cars, is that
All right.
correct?
Oh well, this is a Chevy Commander.
Yeah, Chevy Commander.
So you've got a bit of a muscle car there from America.
Yes.
Great thing is, I think the grille is really impressive.
Yes. That's
So that's got a drive out and it's got a full roll cage in it as well.
So here we go.
But how fine that front grille is and the chrome finish on it, it's really impressive.
It's yeah, definitely. This is an improvement to any of the previous models. So it's quite a few chrome parts. Got a grille, which is quite nice. And that's BJ suggesting there is a full roll cage inside. You can see the driver again.
Yep.
And you can see the roll cage extend all the way to the back. So there's some really neat interior details, and also the exhaust pipe underneath here that adds some really nice detail to this Chevrolet.
Yeah, really nice shine to the bodywork
Yeah,
too.
definitely. As always, they come with a nice case, so you can stack them and keep your collection going. And
All right, so next up we've got another
same
Chevy. So
the same model, is it?
Same?
No.
It's same in
Same.
another box. Okay,
Yeah.
so we won't show that one again.
So
Okay, so we've got the
similar-
twins. We've got
yeah.
twins there.
And then we've got a Holden A9X Torana. This is a very nice one.
I don't think I've seen this livery before. It's got the big old Channel 7 logo. So Channel 7, if you don't know, is a big TV channel within Australia, and they did a lot of the broadcasting of Australian racing. Does it say who
So-
drives this one? Maybe no.
Does not say actually.
I'm sure someone out there would know.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
this is an actual racing car. I think it is. I just don't know exactly who the driver is or when they drove this one.
Yeah, but
But it's very colourful.
again, there's actually right-hand drive this one.
Hmm.
So the driver on that side.
Yep.
And again, comes with the rear seats and the roll cage. Really nice again. And
Yeah, all the proportions are all done very well.
they are indeed. And there's a Ford Falcon.
Yeah,
Moffat.
XC. Okay. Oh, is it a Moffat, is it?
Again, doesn't say the driver on this one. I don't know if you can
But
recognize.
it's a Moffat dealer car, so it's
Correct.
most likely probably going to be Moffat, I think.
Yeah, it must be. So
Yeah.
again,
So again, you got this classic Falcon shape. So it's got that real Mad Max look to it because I use these XBs for
the movie. Yeah.
So XE is basically a similar shape. I always quite liked them. Used to see them on the street when I was a kid.
Absolutely.
Really mean.
Really nice. And then the last one.
Yeah, it's a bit special, isn't it?
This one here is the James Bond.
Yeah, it's a bit prestige.
Very much
Got a
so.
very nice deep metallic grey finish. So light gun middle.
Very
Really
nice.
nice and shiny.
Bit goldy.
Yep. Got
And
James Bond in there without his helmet.
oh yeah, with his suit as usual. Let's see if
Yep.
you can show.
So
Yeah,
he'll be
you can
wearing his
definitely see it
tuxedo.
there.
Yep. He's got his bow tie on, has he?
Very well detailed. You can see at the front here, the grille, the lights. It's quite well made. Some nice black spoke wheels.
Mm.
And really well presented all around.
Yeah, really nice.
So, as we talk about digital, all these cars are actually analog.
Yep.
All Scalextric cars do come as analog, and you can then upgrade them to digital.
Yep.
So I can see a question here from Tony asking if you can customize and modify them.
Yeah.
Obviously, the first step is to go digital.
Yes.
You can change motors.
Yep.
And you can do few tricks. I'm sure you can. But generally speaking, I think most people tend to use them as they are.
Yeah.
Beside the digital conversion, but you can definitely. I think there are a couple of different motors that you can install from Scalextric that give you a few more RPMs.
Yep.
And there's quite a few aftermarket parts.
So around magnets.
The magnets and other things you can buy to make them go quicker.
Mm-hmm.
There's obviously different brands as well, like Flyslot
Yes.
from Spain.
Yes.
They're
SEX.
producing some really SEX. They're producing some really high-end, high-performance, good-looking cars.
Yeah.
So, big range of new cars is actually quite nice because we've been a bit short recently, and now we have a full shelf again of Zocas
Yeah, definitely a good selection.
for this Christmas. We've got quite a few Australian cars too actually out there.
No, it's good.
So yeah, very good. Let's park this one for a moment.
Yep.
So, changing subject, we also received quite a few new God Hands products.
Oh yeah, they're pretty exciting because God Hands produce all their tools in Japan, and they come up with these interesting ideas on how to solve particular problems. So let's have a look at some of the newer stuff that they've brought along. So I'll just get this collection out here, and I'll show you one at a time.
We're going to do individual videos in the next couple of weeks, but we're going to have a run through today. That's a very interesting one.
So this is their new micro pin vise. So they've had two pin vices before, so a larger one which takes a lot of different sizes. This particular one is extra small for really tiny drill bits.
Yes.
And only 4 small drill bits. So the idea behind there is you don't want a super heavy pin vise weighing down your operation. So you've got this little fine one here. It's really
very
small.
nimble. Very nimble. Yeah.
So let's crack it open. So you might be able to just see it here.
Okay.
So they've got a really high quality chuck. And it's particularly important with small pin vices that you want a very well machined chuck so that all your drill bits are centered. So that's what they have here. It's just knurled. So you just tighten it up and the teeth hold on to your fine drill bits. It's got a very smooth action on the top, which makes just spinning. So you can just imagine when you're holding that and you're spinning, it'll be able to, you just have to make sure you have some good quality drill bits and it'll be able to drill through a hole without any problem very quickly.
Very well machined. So here, I guess you get a limited range of drill bits you can use. It's going to be from what, 0.5 to
so it'll be
1.5 millimeter.
So it's up to
like
1 mil.
1 mil.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 1 mil down to 0.1 of a mil.
0.1.
Yep.
Wow.
Which is tiny, tiny.
As you can see here, if you can get close enough, you can actually go really tight.
Yep. So the bigger pin vices will go down to 0.1 as well, but obviously they're going to be say 5 to 10 times the weight of this one. So you just have to be careful because you don't want to break your really fine drill bits.
Yes, true. So this goes from 0.1 to 1 millimeter drill bits. So
if you're doing really fine stuff, this is perfect.
Absolutely.
And then we've got a couple of these new items here. So before I've shown you there's acrylic sanding boards.
Yes.
And we've done a tutorial on how to use those. So these are the stainless steel ones.
Wow.
So these stainless steel ones are thinner. and because they're thinner, they're made out of stainless steel, so they're tougher. So you've got a 6mm one here, which is the narrow one, and then there's a 10mm one, which is here, which is slightly wider. Now, what they've also done is, with each one, it's laser engraved with a number.
Yeah.
So you have that number showing on the outside,
Yep.
and then you tape or you glue the particular sandpaper on one side, so it's easy to recognise each individual one. So let's see if I just pull these open. So this would be, see that
Here
there.
we go.
Might just notice on that one's got the number 2 on it. But these are laser engraved with guide hand 1,
Yep.
2, 3,
Three.
and 4, so they're easy to recognise. Because quite often you'll put on
Wow.
sandpapers and they'll be the same colour. You wouldn't know what.
Very,
they
very
were.
hard to know what
Yep.
you're using. Very
Yeah.
nice. Good,
So
good
that
weight.
way, yes. And because it's stainless steel, I mean these are always going to stay dead straight.
Definitely.
So, yep. So thinner one and wider one. So again, you use glue as I mentioned, or you can use the double-sided tape that they also
Yeah.
make, which makes it easier to take
Yeah.
them off.
Done a full tutorial on how to install them on the acrylic sticks. So it'll be a
Yes.
very similar process to install them on the stainless steel option.
That's right. The other thing we've got in is, this isn't particularly new, but it is, I guess a lot of people don't quite understand what the glass cutting mat does. So it's a small cutting mat which is made of tempered glass. Idea of it being made of glass is that it's perfectly flat.
Flat.
Yeah. The other advantage of it is because of its hard surface, when you're cutting on it, you get a cleaner edge. Because when you cut on a cutting mat, the mat actually is rubber, so it bends in.
Yep.
It doesn't give
Yep.
you the finer cut. So that's where you use this. So particularly when you're cutting masking tape to a particular shape or a
Right.
particular curve, you'll be able to replicate that. And then on the back of this, you'll see that it's actually got the grid line on it too to
As
help
usual.
you cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much more precise when you do this kind of operations.
That's right. So if you're doing complicated curves, say for a motorbike model or a racing car, where it's got these different pinstripes and such, it's very easy to replicate them on this.
Yeah.
Cut them, they'll be perfectly smooth and give you a really sharp line when you're spray painting. So that's what the glass mat there is for. So obviously this working in conjunction with a regular cutting mat would be the perfect
Setup.
yeah. Okay. So from there, we've got these 4 sets of new spin blades. Okay,
That's
so
expanding the
it is.
range.
So the spin blades are basically a chisel. So you use them as a chisel as well. So the idea behind these ones is they're in the finer increments. So you got this one, which is what's this one again? This one's 1.1 mil to 1.4 mil. And then you've got this one, which is 1.6 to 1.9. And then jump up a little bit because the other set sort of fill in the gap.
Yep.
You've got 2.6 to 2.9. And then 2.1 to 2.4, so that should have been there. But the design says that if you make a drill hole the same size, you can put them in the drill hole, and as you spin them, it will ream it out so that it's perfectly flat. So you use these for adding extra, say, fine rivet detail, or you use them as an edge, and use them as a really fine chisel. So they're open to all that sort of usage, and they're very, very useful because they're very sharp.
Yeah.
And perfectly flat.
Absolutely. We also done a video on these ones.
Yes, we have.
A few month or two ago. So
Yep.
jump on our YouTube channel. You can actually check it out.
Yep.
Very, very impressive. Then finally, a couple of new releases
A
here.
couple of new things which are quite interesting. So this one here, which is the blunt nipper tweezer, which doesn't sound really.
Very interesting concept.
Yeah. So if you can see here, these are made to the same exacting standard as their really fine ultimate side cutters, but instead of polishing them to blade sharpness, they're polished so that it's perfectly flat. So the idea is you use these like nippers, but you grab things with it. So holding it like a nipper will give you more control, particularly on really fine wire and photo etch parts. Because I'm not sure if many of you have played around with photo etch parts. Quite often when you're using some tweezers, because tweezers are pre-sprung, they quite often twist, and you'll find your small part flying off into the other corner of the room. With these particular ones, because there's even pressure top and bottom, there's no sideways action, it'll always be squeezing onto the fine part. So if you've got small 1 mil by 2 mil, say, photo etch parts, you'll be able to grab it really firmly with this, apply the glue to the edge,
Yep.
hold it on until it grabs. When you let it go, it's on.
Wow.
So that's the advantage of these really fine. And you'll see that they're really, really thin blades. So they're the same sort of width of a normal tweezer, just a different action.
They have a very good feel.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Bit of spring, not too much.
Yeah, that's right.
It's,
So there you go. So there's the nipper tweezers.
nipper tweezer. That's
Nipper
a very
tweezer.
interesting concept.
Yes.
I think it would be better than a normal plier, needle nose plier, or a tweezer. It's like in between, it's got those nice handles.
Yes, that's right. And because it fits right within your palm, it feels quite natural.
Very controllable.
Yeah.
And the next one?
Okay, so we've got one of these. So this is an expansion of their premium nipper range.
Yes.
Except it's just a bigger version of it.
Yes.
So this is a limited edition tool. So these are only one production run. So I've got a few of these in stock. They're designed specifically for cutting the supports of 3D resin prints.
Yep.
So a lot of the Hearns workshop items, they need the
Yep.
supports cut off. So with the regular Ultimate ones, they're a bit too tough for
Yep.
those. So this is the heavier duty, designed for cutting up to 3mm thick resin, which can be quite hard. So you'll be able to see, I just open these up. So they come with a little cap
As usual.
well, cover.
There's this one here.
So when you see them here, so on the close-up, you'll see that the overall design is similar to the Ultimate nippers, but the head itself is much bigger. So it's got a bigger hinge area, and the blades are much bigger and thicker. So hence it's going to have more strength going through the harder materials.
It's going to stay sharper for longer, I guess.
Yes, that's right, too. Yeah. And they have all the benefits of the regular ones as well. So yeah, so for premium cutting, so these particular ones are, I guess, really, really sharp. I mean, you can feel it. It's quite a
Definitely.
soft spring.
Yeah.
So there's less fatigue on your hands,
Yeah.
because when you're cutting off support, you're cutting off a lot.
Absolutely.
So you want to be able to move very quickly and be able to cut through them.
And at the same time, you want to cut them really flush. So you want to
Yes.
have the performance of the premium nippers to
Yes.
share them off really cleanly, but the resilience of a tougher nipper as such, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And as you can see, we have this part here.
Yes,
There's probably, I don't know, 50 supports to cut.
that's right.
So there's a bit of work to do.
Yeah, and so something like this, you'll be able to cut them quicker and also cleaner. And of course, this will work with regular plastic as well.
Yes.
So you could get one of these and do all the jobs.
Yes.
So that's new too.
Very good. Brilliant range. So
Yes.
go down to get you covered from the kids nippers all the
Yes.
way to these 3D printing resin type nippers,
Yeah.
which is brilliant. Very good. Okay, so from this product made in Japan, we move to
Yes.
another product made in Japan.
Oh,
What could that be?
the model kit?
Could be a model kit, yes. Definitely is a model kit. Should we go with the little ones? Little ones.
Oh, let's go little ones. We'll work our way up, I think. All right,
So been waiting for those for some time, isn't it?
we have. So Tamiya have made Lotuses for a long time. They did F1 cars as well, and for some time Tamiya did sponsor the Lotus F1 team.
Right.
So some of these earlier ones, you'll see the Tamiya written on the side of the Lotuses. I think they're the Lotus 107s, 107Bs. Now, these are classic kits from Lotus. So these kits have been around for a little while, but they're brilliant kits.
Yep.
And what they've done with these re-releases is they've included some extra parts.
Right.
So with this particular, the Super 7, so this one's got photo etch parts. So the photo etch parts are for the grills,
Right.
disc brakes, and seat
belts, I
harnesses.
guess. Yeah.
Yep. And then it also comes with cloth finished seat belts.
Right. Wow.
So you just cut those out and you stick those on. And then there's also a sheet of decals, which has got a variety of numbers. So if you want to make it into a racing version, it's got round circles in white, and also various numbers.
Let's see.
Now these kits haven't been around for a while now, so it's quite nice to see them being re-released with some extra bits in them. Yep, so that's the Super 7, which is also known as Caterham, or there's a few other companies that make kit cars of these. Very fast car, very simple, quite often used for club racing. And then you've got the Europa, which is quite an interesting shape.
Yep.
1966, these came out. Now again, this is a early kit from Tamiya, which is still really
Right.
good. And then this also has photo etch parts. for the grills and other bits and
Engine
pieces.
details, perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's got these really fine decals. You might be able to see those gold pinstripes, and they're actually printed by Cartograph now.
Wow.
So Cartograph do some really fine screen printing.
Yeah.
The original Tamiya ones used to be quite thick, and you'll be left with the clear edge. So
it's very thin.
Yeah. So this is a bit of an improvement. So these are all back in stock now, which is really good. Now we move on to the bigger stuff.
Yes.
Now this is something that a lot of people have been waiting for because it hasn't been around for so many years. Okay, so this is the Porsche 935 flat nose Martini. So this range of Porsches, the 934, 935, they've been around since the late 70s, but even in the late 70s, these were way ahead of their time.
Right.
And even now, they're magnificent kits.
Absolutely.
So again, with the re-release, they've come out with photo etch parts, and then new decals as well. So if you built one of these in the past,
Yes.
when you build it again, it'll be much nicer.
Right.
Extra bits. If you've never built one of these, then this is the ultimate kit to get.
And it's only 1/12 scale, so it's actually big.
That's big.
It's a big kit.
Yes.
Probably easier to work on it somehow.
Yeah, for sure.
And get that extra level of detail, perhaps. And with these new photo etch parts, it's brilliant.
Yep. And because they're so big, they also have the opening. You can take the front bonnet off to see the interior detail there, and then the engine bay lifts up, so full boxer detail, and the doors open as well, so you can see inside the cockpit.
Beautiful.
Mm.
So very much awaited release because we haven't had many big kits.
No, that's right.
In recent days, so they did get produced in very limited edition, I believe.
That's right. And so this one, there's not that many. So if you like one of these, jump onto it because there's not many left.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You've got a question from Tony P. He's
Yep.
asking, what scale are those, I think the smaller Lotus cars you guys showed?
1 to 24.
24, traditional 1/24 scale, yeah.
1/24. They're really nice for 1/24. I mean, most of the cars are really nice for 1/24, but the extra detail, I mean, both of these have engine detail as well. So
yes.
they're a bit more than just your
Yes, you can
curbside
see.
type.
Let's see if we can go inside here. Let's see if we have detail here. Whoops, again. No, that's it. Sorry,
Yeah,
this
you
camera's
want
not
to type it on
cooperating today.
Yep.
But yeah, very nice detail in here.
Yeah, so engine detail on this one too.
Right, Tony's keen for the Porsche. We'll put your name on it, Tony. See you Tuesday then.
Well, if you're into those big cars, well, we've got these back in stock too.
Absolutely.
So what car is this? Can't actually say because I don't think they paid any licensing for it.
No, it was very
But-
similar.
To a Ford GT40. It's
Absolutely.
probably because it's a Ford GT40. So this is the, I think it's the Mark II, and comes with all the decals for the number 1 car and the number 2 car. So up here you might just see that's the Golf Racing colours.
Colours, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this has been really popular. Big kit, 12 scale. Might just go a quick look
Just a
inside.
quick look inside. Sealed.
Oh no.
That was that. Here we go.
Alright, so we do that. Okay, box full of bits. Because being 12 scale, it's got the bonnet that lifts up, engine bay that lifts up. See how there's all the springs for the suspension. You got photo etch bits in there as well. Your big tyres. The bodywork is just inside this box for protection. You got your chrome disc brakes.
But
Yep. So
there must be a big chassis tab somewhere.
you've got bits
Actually,
here.
this is
That's
quite
actually
nice.
pre-coloured.
Let's see.
Here's your doors.
There we go. Got a bit of, that's probably hard to see from here. There's silver plate, is that correct? Yeah.
Mm.
It's chrome. Got a 6 there.
Yep. Really nice
So
kit.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice, very well produced and packaged.
So yeah, so we've got these back in stock. So get onto these too because the first lot sold out really quick. Because they're really good price.
Yes,
Simply because they didn't pay for licensing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a US sports car made by Magnifier. But in the past it was the Trumpeter. GT40.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. So very good. Well, I think we're coming towards the end once again. So let's see if you have any questions.
Yep.
Meanwhile, what do we have here? Got this one's. We've been displaying this last week, and I think they're going to be live on our website probably today.
Yes.
So these are the Snorkel for the Traxxas TRX-4.
Yep.
It's 4 different variations.
Yep.
And these are the final version, which we have produced with a different material, which is a ultra tough resin,
Yep.
which is probably one of the toughest resin using you can find in an RC car.
Yep.
I think it's
Yeah, so it's going to have a lot of give to it.
50 MPa strength, quite flexible still, but quite tough at the same time. So that would be very nice upgrade for your TRX4, and
Yeah.
quite durable as well.
Yep. So we've got the 3 types available. So
Yes.
the only difference really is the shape of the heads.
Yes.
So you've got the top hat type one.
This one,
You got your mushroom.
mushroom type one.
Yep. And then you got
And-
your forward facing one.
Yes, very
Yeah.
traditional. Very nice little one. So those are the 3 models which
Yep.
are ready to go. We will
Yep.
probably publish them today.
Yes.
It was quite a lot of work to get to those actually.
Yeah, just get them to work absolutely perfectly.
And you know, we produce a nice support that you attach to your roof rack, and then all the different parts that need to perfectly match the shape of the body.
Yep.
And finally, finding the right material as well.
Yes.
So
Yes.
as usual, you'll have to clean them up a little bit of sanding,
Yes.
and then you can paint them the color you wish.
Yep.
They are hollow inside, so they make it. You got all the vents. You can probably see this one here is probably, it's all open, so they make it for a very realistic look actually. And then we started working on some parts for some Tamiya cars.
Yep.
That will be
So-
probably January or so release, but that's the
Yeah.
first prototype or some upgrade parts that are really hard to come by for your Tamiya lunchboxes and vintage range. So we're gonna try to test fit this one over the weekend, but there's some interesting parts coming for,
Yeah, for sure.
Tamiya cars. And I think with this
So
one-
yeah, well, I mean, with the Hearns workshop, we're still working on different
Absolutely.
things, but we just slowed down a little bit, unfortunately, because it is getting up
Really
to Christmas
busy.
and it is pretty busy. So
very positive.
Yep.
So it's good to see quite a few of you coming through the store in the last couple of weeks, or probably a month since we reopened.
yeah, it has been, yes.
And lots of stock finally coming through. We had
Yes.
probably 4 months of stock in 3 weeks, so quite overwhelming from an operational perspective, but really good because the shop is quite well stocked now in most areas.
Yeah,
Still a
it's
few
good.
things
Yeah,
missing. Some of the paints are still a bit low, but
Yeah, there is,
that's,
but there's still a fairly good choice.
it's a very good choice still,
Yes.
absolutely. So, and yeah, very good. So tomorrow, next Friday will be probably the last one, or the semi-last one before Christmas.
Yep.
So we'll have to come up with something a bit special, I guess.
So I guess we're going to be doing the raffle.
The raffle, absolutely.
Okay, and then we'll work out something special.
We'll see. Don't know yet. We'll
Give us
think
some
about.
ideas.
We'll think about it. Try the week. Probably an hour before the live, we'll come up with some ideas.
Oh, it'll be really
Just
good.
ready for the live.
That's right.
So we'll be back again next Friday at 2 p.m.
Yep.
Same place, live from Hearns Office in Flinders Street, Melbourne. Great to see a few people from overseas, from Canada, from memory.
Yep.
So thank you for joining us again, and make sure you follow us throughout the week on social media.
Yeah, sure.
Just comment, let us know what you would like to see the next week.
Yep. Got a few open boxes and a few
Absolutely.
tutorials coming up.
We've got quite a few videos we've been producing, so just jump on the YouTube, and if you have any question on tutorials, they'll be very welcome, and we can produce them and publish them in the next couple of weeks. So have a great weekend.
See you
Thank
next
you
time.
for watching us, and see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.